So I just wanted to share a funny example as we were talking about salt and how people in the Twitch chat project their salt onto the streamer. Like, oh, so you're getting salty, salty. Anyone who points the finger at someone else for something, it's usually because they have a lot of skeletons in the closet, They're ashamed of being salty when they play a game, so they project that onto streamers. You're salty usually means you're very salty yourself. But why be, and these people are ashamed of being salty. That's why they want to project that onto others. But why even be ashamed of being salty, in my opinion? What is the problem, really? And to be honest, most people don't see being salty as, a very negative thing. They only see it as being human. And now my USB died again. I do not know why. An interesting example you can take from this, or to look at this, is, again, I'm not a Dragon Ball fan, but I do know that a lot of people are. So this might make sense to you because a lot of people know about it. But you look at the heroes. You have USB dies again. You have Goku, who is the main protagonist, and then you have Vegeta, who becomes one of the main protagonists. He starts as a villain. And I would say arguably that most people favor Vegeta over Goku. I don't know, I don't have statistics here, but I mostly see on the internet people speaking highly of Vegeta rather than Goku. Why is that? Why is that? Because he's a little bit more relatable. He tries really hard, and then he stumbles all the time, and he gets really upset. If one of the characters was to be a human being, I would say Vegeta has more than Goku, more humanity. He gets really upset and angry, he struggles a lot, tries to overcome his obstacles, but in the end he feels like he's always in the shadow of Goku, and I would say he's the better character if one was to try to dissect Dragon Ball in terms of like quality of writing. I would say Vegeta is a character that stands out. He actually has an arc, unlike Goku. But Vegeta gets really salty. Every loss he takes, he struggles so hard, and then he takes a loss and he's just super upset, and he's like, oh, next time I'm gonna do way better, and you talk about his pride. He gets super angry and he's gonna do better next time. And you like that about him. That's the eye of a tiger. He's taking a loss, but that only builds strength and motivation for him to try harder next time. Vegeta is extremely salty, but you like that about him because it's a human-defining characteristic. That we are emotional creatures and we can get upset when things don't go our way. We can relate to Vegeta more than we can relate to Goku in many ways. He's very relatable because he's not a perfect character. He's very flawed. We can relate to that. But at the same time, the same people who love Vegeta, oh, it's his pride, he doesn't take shit. He'll do better next time. When you see streamers salt and you want to shit on them because you yourself salt a lot, so you can project the shame you feel for yourself onto the streamer. But again, this quality you see in Vegeta, you can relate to Vegeta getting salty, but at the same time you want to shit on a streamer and you feel ashamed for your own salt. But why do you do that? What's the problem with being salty? It's like, I've never really understood why you shame yourself and shame others for being salty. What is the problem exactly with being salty when playing games? I mean, okay, if it gets destructive and you hurt other human beings or you destroy your room, it gets really over the top, I can understand, but that's probably not a good sign. But just getting angry because you lost in a game that's highly competitive, what is the problem? I've never understood this. Why do you shame yourself for this? I just don't get it. And it's like, I rather find it entertaining when people salt, and to me it's just like Vegeta. It speaks of this eye of a tiger, that they really want a lot, they want to improve, and they get angry at losing, and they go like, oh, next time I'm gonna do better, I'm going to overcome this. There's a fighting spirit there. And it can show itself in aggression, but aggression doesn't necessarily, to me, have to be a bad thing. It just can be a sign of determination. So why constantly shit on that? And it's also funny when people say like, oh, being salty is being a bitch. And it's like, to me, it's usually the opposite of being a bitch. It's not crying. It's being low in agreeableness. You know, not taking shit. So there's just so many misconceptions regarding salt, and I find it so fascinating. It's kind of interesting to talk about. But yeah, so maybe I should post this on YouTube, I don't know. But if you're someone who's inclined to salt a lot, there's nothing to be ashamed about. And I would see it as a very uncomfortable position to be in if you're someone who's inclined to salt a lot, and at the same time you feel bad about it and you shame yourself for salting. And then you take to Twitch and you shit on other people who salt because you're projecting your own feelings of doubt, you know, and shame. That sounds like a very uncomfortable position to be in. So I would try to get out of that vicious cycle, and maybe that leads to you salting even more because you're salting and then you're ashamed of your salt, and maybe it's a negative spiral. Yeah, I just don't see the problem really, unless you're, you know, destroying property or being aggressive to people. Hey, J Money, what's up?